Right, so apparently the microphones are working, but only on mono. Yeah, but it's only on one side for some daft reason. I know, but in audio I was like, why only one side? Windows, what have you done in the 2 seconds I turned my back? Good, right, bad, left. There should be no why only. Yeah, it's in stereo, but why mono? Oh, I don't know why. Tell me why. With it. Oh, yeah, why? Okay, so as far as I can tell, something broke. For some reason, I'm on mono, but you guys should be in stereo.
Okay.
I mean, that echo of Foxy sounded the same both times.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh god, then I heard myself. I hate that. Ugh. Kill me now.
Okay, cool.
Okay, he said we sound good now.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I don't know what the heck is going on.
I'll also say good is subjective. Like, I hate hearing myself on a stream. I know that's like a really common thing, but I feel like I sound completely different to how I sound like in my head.
Yeah,
we all do.
It actually has to do with like the bone conductivity, because when you are talking normally and you kind of sound, you kind of hear your own voice, you hear it through like bone conductivity, which makes it sound different than what it actually sounds like.
I sound so squeaky.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna take this existential crisis elsewhere. Instead, I'm gonna sound squeaky on purpose, which makes me feel better about everything.
Yes.
Do you know what the thing is now? Like, all this is for like future plans so far down the road. Because I had plans to buy Tash a shiny new gaming PC.
Alrighty.
Not
So
a
now it's
Mac,
gonna be shiny
I
new
hope.
gaming PC and some microphones and like an audio mixer, and I'm really gonna go hard into my sound setup now.
Yeah.
Because this is me, and I'm not gonna go for the simple solution. I'm gonna over-engineer it to fuck.
By the way, I do have one thing, one recommendation.
What's that?
You could get Tash AT2020 microphone, because with I think with Windows sound settings or stream sound settings, you could actually put it in a way that you two can both be in the Discord call, but we won't hear Tash. We won't hear you, Brian, through Tash's mic.
I mean, these are certainly valid ideas.
Yeah, and it actually is. We tested it out with one streamer that I know. We literally had like 6 people in the room. Only thing they could hear in the stream they could hear was this broadcaster himself.
Again,
Oh.
it's something I'll look into. Anyway,
Yeah.
last time on this D&D stream, which we've had to restart because goddamn sound issues.
Yes.
These guys have done something. They met Tink's teacher, went for a prank, turned into a slave murder. Arguably, might have been self-defense. Hard to say when someone shapeshifts into a draconid.
It was just a prank. It was just a prank. Remember that?
Wait, I thought it was vigilante justice.
No, it was a prank.
Were you wearing your
The prank gone horribly wrong.
If the answer is no, then it was not vigilante justice.
I was wearing a big floppy hat that obscures my face. Does that count?
I would defer to more nerdier comic book judges on that one.
I mean, it's all the Incredibles ever did.
Anyway, you guys have since then gone back to Tink's teacher. He revealed the reason why he wants the book is because in there was a ritual to make himself a friend who was part flesh, part metal. It's hard to say. Mimics you guys very well and has since also cleaned, washed, pressed, and given you all your clothes back after a heavy night of drinking. And I want to say we pick up this session as you guys head back to the town of Seagate, where it all began.
Oh my.
After a couple of days of voyage and gentle smooth sailing, because I'm not going to do random sea encounters because I have none prepared, you guys arrive back at the town of Seagate.
Yes.
All fresh and hubbered up. A Captain Das, the harbour master, approaches your ship as you're brought into dock. Notes the name of the ship of the Big Claw. Checks his logs and sits there and goes, the ship was registered under a blight bite recently.
Yeah, well, there was some illegitimate business going on, like on old Bitey's part. But now that I have my own ship back, technically speaking, it would be under my name. So it would do you well to remember that.
Very well, I'll amend my the logs here. You do know there is a £200 anchorage fee. 200 gold, sorry, because my brain's still working real well.
I was going to say £200. Sounds like a really heavy, weighty fee to like pay sort of thing. But I beg your pardon. A 200 gold thingy fee? I'm sorry. What?
That's the anchorage fee here in Seagate, Captain. It's 200 gold to anchor your ship, but there's no ongoing daily charge.
Where does it say that? Where on this bit of documentation of whatever bureaucratic shenanigans does it say that there is this fee that exists?
He hands you a wad of papers. To say it's a contract would be more accurate. And in there it's got a whole list of terms and conditions. As you're cycling on through, by like the last 2-3 pages, it goes into like actual breakdown of costs, and it all adds up to 200 gold. They'll look after the ship for you, they do any repairs that are necessary, outstanding major refits and overhaulage. They'll resupply you for a couple of days. All you have to do is sign, give them 200 gold, and it's all done and sorted. I don't make the rules here, sir. That's just how it is here in Seagate. If you have any problems, take it up with Mayor Finebell. He says now, trying to remember what the bloody NPC name was. Yes.
It's been a while,
Fine Bell.
as
Yeah,
Disdain
Mayor
song
Finebell.
goes.
Let me speak to my quartermaster. Pepper! I need your help!
Yes, Captain, what's up?
Do we have 200 gold to spare? Please say we do.
Let me check.
Can you do that within the next few seconds?
What for?
Apparently there was a fee that I was very unaware of. That's something about a £200 anchoring fee.
Don't they know we're here on the mayor's business?
That's a very good point.
You know what? We could just pay it, talk to the mayor, and get it back later.
Yeah, just be like. So yeah.
Just ask for a receipt.
That £200 fee you speak of, yeah. So, yeah, we're on very important official business of a May Horny Bone Bell?
Cornelia
Wine?
Finebell.
Yeah.
That guy.
Cornetto Winefell, yeah, that's it. So yeah, we are on very, very important business, and yeah, I feel that those costs are, well, a little bit unfair on us, considering that we are on official business from Mayor Boney Minewell, sort of thing.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me, Daz. Also, in the back of my head, all the joke names you're making up, make it so like they were his aliases when he was a full-time assassin. Couldn't think of a good one, so we just shuffled his name around a bit.
17.
Alright then, if you're here on business with the mayor, I'll come and find you later. Welcome to Seagate. And he closes his book and he takes the contract away from you.
Excellent. I do like a man who understands how official business works. Never mind. Hepatitis. Yeah, never mind hepatitis. The business has been taken care of. You are great with advice.
Episode of just like walking up from inside the hull of the ship holding a 250 gold diamond. Oh, okay.
Why can I see you like with complete with like the eye glass in and everything? So a nice velvet cushion, you've been inspecting it greatly.
I mean,
Oh no, this is like the diamond that he just sort of chucks in his backpack.
I mean, save that for later in case some misunderstanding comes up. But as far as we're concerned, I've taken care of it like a good captain would.
I mean, next time I could just rewrite the contract.
See, this is why I have you as my quartermaster. You are a very, very smart biscuit.
Yeah, so literally if that persuasion check hadn't worked, I was going to just pop up the stairs, cast Fabricate to rewrite the contract in his hands.
I would not have stopped you, it would have been hilarious. The harbour master leans uncomfortably close to you, Das, and says, I do hope that your hat deliveries have gone well. And then walks away.
Okay.
Why does everybody think you deliver hats?
I know, right? I mean, at least I wouldn't be accused of something insidious like murder, or something.
Honestly, as a pirate, I would have thought you'd prefer being accused of murder.
Well, I I mean, yeah, of course, but at the same time, you know, if I was accused of such heinous things, then well, all right. I haven't really come up with a good reason why I wouldn't want to wear that label of that sort of reputation, but look, the whole £200 weighty fee thing kind of spooked me a little bit. I'll admit. Like you know how it is. Like you kind of get a bit of a brain fart, and then you kind of like think of nothing else but trying to find a way of getting around that. I mean, I didn't even realise that, you know, could have just brought up the whole mayor business.
Are you talking to Eppa? Or are you having a council of one? Or both?
It does sound like it would drift into the council of one at some point.
Yes.
Okay, I just found something else really annoying as well. It turns out the mute function on the headset controller also controls the microphone, which is plugged in separately. Smitty's going to be spending time upgrading his sound. Yay.
So you could mute one of us and call it an accident.
Anyway, as you guys all disembark, Ifer comes up to the top deck. Because the DM's going mad and he's going to make you all in cuteness. Captain,
Oh,
if you're going
Percy.
ashore for things,
Yes.
could you get me something? A few things, actually.
Is it the greasiest burger that you have ever set eyes on that is just dripping in so much grease that when you bite into it, it takes up all the space in your mouth and you can't actually speak and you just go,
One moment. Greasy burger. And he hands you a letter. He's like, greasy burger's been like very badly written at the bottom.
Yeah.
You can just about make it out. But other things he's written on there is like a small section of like fruit and vegetables, like cucumbers, some tomatoes, onions, meats, and above the very greasy burger, he's asked for an ever frying pan. The face I can see on this camera is adorable. Like I said, I can make you all awe in a minute.
No.
I think
I just think it would make things easier if I had these things.
consider every single one of these things done, except for the cucumbers, because apparently 2 cucumbers are not enough to feed an entire ship for some weird reason. But we will certainly get the cucumbers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, cucumbers still on ration. We live in a magical world here. Like, just ask a druid and she can maybe conjure some up. Not Aelin. She's nice.
I was gonna ask Aelin to like conjure up some cucumbers, but like, we can probably.
Right, I don't
find...
want to over cucumber the ship.
Hey. No, you know, like you could say, we won't be too cucumbered.
Don't we? We have a house here in Seagate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do.
I'm guessing Aelin would have a garden.
Yeah, you had.
I could roll something to see if she grew tomatoes or cucumbers or anything on his list.
Wouldn't the plants like not be as great because like we've kind of neglected the garden?
Yeah, you guys were gone for a while.
Yeah, we've been gone for a while.
What did I call it? Was it that one? Townhouse?
Oh, I could take a long rest and
Yep, I still have.
learn plant growth tomorrow.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
Oh, I still have the map, and it still has your old tokens stashed away on there.
Oh.
Did Aelin ever finish her sign from that bar?
Did Aiden ever finish that sign for that?
I don't know. My brain's trying to think
I
that.
don't either. It was like the very first session of this campaign. She was working on a sign working on redoing a sign for one of the bars here in Seagate.
I remember my
I completely forget why she did that.
Yeah, it was.
But she was doing it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think the tavern was like called Susan's.
It was meant to be the Susano respite, but of course some people have vandalised it and some of the letters got taken away to read as Susan's respite.
Yes. Anyway, she was making them a new sign.
Yeah, I want to say you did.
Okay, I can go with yes.
But they vandalised
I'll
it
work on
again,
it.
and now it's called Susan's respite once more.
No, it's
Boobies.
the Kuo respite.
Yeah.
Susan's boobies.
Yeah.
You can find respite in there, I'm sure.
Everybody
Yes.
likes Susan's boobies.
You can find respite in there.
You'll find
This
someone
is really
sleeping there
uncomfortable because that's my mum's name.
Oh shit.
Oh, damn.
We are so sorry.
Well, you could say you have found, at
I
younger
used-
age, you have found respite.
I knew that joke was coming.
Did it just get weird in here? It just got weird in here.
They got very weird.
Weirder. Weirder.
It did.
Yeah,
You
weirder.
guys head off to go see old Cornelia Feinbell.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You head over to the town hall. You make small talk with the local city watch, whose names are now also long since forgotten.
And
I for
Big
one,
Bill,
I
I
for
wanna say as
two,
well.
I for three.
and I still owe the local constabulary 7 silver, which I refuse to give.
Funny
For
thing
what?
about compound
Carrying
interest,
a-
it really adds up over time if you're not careful.
What's that for? Carrying a
crab.
lobster,
The
crab,
crab, yeah.
through town.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the food littering fee.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know whether I did actually pay it. If I paid it, then I'm still gonna believe that I owe them like 7 silver and will not
I
like, pay it.
think you did.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say, even if I did pay it, I'm just going to say, yeah, I still owe the local constabulary 7 silver for some littering charge, which I technically did not commit. Like, and everyone's just like, but dude, you paid it, like...
Oh no, they're not going to argue if you want to keep giving them silver. They're going to take it as a donation to the fine men and women of the watch. Because that's the kind of business they run here.
Mm.
But anyway, yeah, so you make your way past Sergeant Beersford and Private Hobbs. I think that's what their names were.
Whoops.
Hey, what fell over?
I think it's like a
Oh, the PlayStation controller.
PlayStation controller, yeah.
No one cares about the PlayStation controller.
I mean, you should, but...
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an overpriced jet engine, that thing. It really is. I'm disappointed in it.
All the PlayStation, like, users just roll up their sleeves, crack their necks, and be like, "Nice to hear you."
I like to point out that my computer is running at full whack and is whisper quiet right now.
Yeah.
I like to see a PlayStation 4 do that without sounding like it's about to take off.
Either way.
In any case, you make your way to Mayor Cornelia Feinbell, the gnomish mayor of the town. He's currently sat behind his desk. This time, though, not buried under all the paperwork. It seems things have slowed down a bit in the recent months. Not even a month since you guys have been away. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I think you guys have been away shy of a month.
Stony Brine Will, how's it going? Oh, I bet it's business as usual and all that good stuff, yes?
Ah, Captain Das Bigler, how nice to see you again. Do come in.
Ah, yes, well.
And the rest of your fine crew. Well, since I've seen you, I must apologise. I've had to sell your townhouse.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
But Blondie's vegetables were growing in there. How
And our lab.
and Blue's lab.
Well, therein lies the problem, you see, because you've been away for so long. We had some squatters move in.
It's them squatter mice, the mariachi squatter mice. I knew it.
I mean, you wouldn't be far off. The gentleman in question is a travelling minstrel. Tends to be very good at getting rid of a rodent population.
Oh,
But in any case, he recently moved in. He helped with a small rodent problem we had, and the only deed we had was your townhouse. So technically, we owe you money for the townhouse.
Oh well, that changes a lot of things then. So exactly how much do you owe us?
Give me a second. You hear his drawers opening up and starts stumbling through things. And here we go. Townhouse deeds. No. According to this, the last sale was for 5 gold.
I'm sorry, and he'll just I don't know, put his sort of claw in the non-existent ear hole or whatever. I'm sorry. What? So I could have sworn that I heard that you sold our sort of humble abode, the land abode of which Blue had her precious laboratory and Blondie had her garden and
Tink had her lab.
Hippopotamus had some secret thing in the basement that nobody really knows about, and not really sure what like the Bunny McBunny I had whatever and the rowing boat in the side of the house. After all that, you tell me that all of that went for 5 gold pieces. I mean, if this is like some equivalent of like some like Fool's Day joke or something.
I don't know why. I can see Dad's slowly losing it.
Yeah.
Like rocking.
I feel like rocking the claws are digging into the chair arm, and the chair arm's about to. You hear the sound the wood creaking is about to shatter. But he's yeah, 5 gold. It was an open auction, open bids. Minimum bid started at a gold, and it went as high as 5. So 5 gold became the starting price. The selling price, I should say. It's all here, and he pushes the paperwork across the desk so you can see.
Well, the last time that we were there, all the plumbing and the furnishings were practically new and fairly well kept and everything. And so unless those mariachi squatter mice decided to trash the entire place and.
Well, if you're worried about your things, it was sold 5 gold unfurnished. All your furnishings are currently in storage, which you're free to take away.
What would I need to roll to understand common law?
That's a good question.
I
DM was not expecting that one.
Either history or intelligence, maybe?
I'm just going to throw that emoji into the Twitch chat.
Roll for law.
Hang on, I have a thing for a bit.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Roll for rules lawyering.
Yeah. So, you were saying?
Eppa wants to be the genius scumbag that he is. Is the mayor legally allowed to sell our house?
Yeah,
without us
present?
Intelligence
Gave
check, you
us
say.
the house.
Are we going to do a whole Ace Attorney thing Will we just sue the
Ooh.
ever-living daylights out of Mr. Gnome Face?
That's not a great roll.
That was not a great roll from Eppa.
Can I?
Would,
can I give... Oh, go on. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask if I could do an Arcana check or something to see if maybe he was mind controlled into selling this house.
Not really an Arcana check, but feel free to roll me an insight if you feel that way inclined. If you want to check his mental state. Otherwise, those of you that rolled intelligence checks, doesn't seem like he's done anything out of the law.
Part of me wants to roll an intelligence check just to be like, if I rolled really, really well, then I could just do the whole Phoenix Wright objection thing. I mean, it's at a -1, but part of me wants to roll it just for the lols. You know what? I'm gonna roll it for the lols.
Roll it for the lols.
Nat 20, but it's 19.
God, damn you, death. So Alien, with that insight, it certainly would be within the realms of someone who's been mind controlled to do something they wouldn't be allowed to do. Although you suspect, with him being a gnome, he's very resistant to tricks and being mind controlled and other magical things. It would be very hard to make him do something against his will. Das, in terms of common law, technically, yes, you could sell the house anyway because he had the deeds, not you.
Like, there was Das ready to do the whole, Phoenix Wright objection kind of thing, but then as he sort of remembers that in that split moment, he's like...
you do the whole objection thing, but it's more like, objection! Technically, we were renting the property, so we're kind of free of rent, however. So we owe you rent for however. Oh, whoops, I'm going to shut up now.
And there's dead silence for a moment, and all of a sudden this disembodied voice goes, "You can't handle the truth!" And then dead silence again.
Yeah.
Part of me really wants to say whatever you said out loud because objection! Technically, we were renting the property, so therefore, no.
Mage hand muffling Das.
No. Let Captain speak. What was that? You owed me rent, was it?
Technically speaking, in the laws of common law, for I am the man of the sea of the man, and the sea man of the manny sea. I probably should have, stopped right at that point.
Well, the good news is I won't backcharge you for rent.
Oh, good.
But if you do want to have complaints regarding the property and the deeds and everything else, do feel free to take it up with the new gentleman living in your abode, or feel free to collect your stuff from storage.
Where the hell would we put it?
Well, thank you, good sir. We shall...
He pulls out a scrap of paper, writes an address down for you,
Yes.
and hands it to you. Goes, that's one of our warehouses. It's owned by the city. Your stuff is there, safe and sound.
Well, thank you, good sir. We shall certainly explore our options and act accordingly. And I know, with a bit of a flush, he'll just take the paper and and then just walk out, sort of thing, trying to remain trying to hold it, trying to hold in all this pure, unadulterated rage.
Well,
He's still cursed.
Still fine, farewell.
Where's my toy?
I'm sorry, toy.
Last time I was here, there was a puzzle box, and you promised me the next time I saw you that there'd be another puzzle box.
Fine, well, like for a minute, like the DM's like, did I?
Eppa pulls out the 250 gold diamond. Because I had this in the puzzle box. This was in the puzzle box last time.
might have something for you then. And he goes over
More
to
spell
another filing cabinet on
components.
the far wall, pulls the drawer open, like full on like leans in there to the point of like the drawer is just Looney Tunes deep.
Now push
Oh.
the door between his neck and the filing cabinet and snap it. Decapitate. I mean, I'm not even in the scene, but carry on.
It was just like, oh no, I'm joining the Council of One.
The Council of One
Maybe
is
me. This is what's wrong with having a theory of mind.
The madness spreads. It is quite viral and contagious.
That's his real superpower the entire time, was infecting people mentally.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
The Elder Brain underneath Ocean Way was not the problem. It was Das the whole time.
Yeah, that's a secretly the Elder Brain. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. After which point, Fine Bell remerges with a much larger puzzle box. Bit of a hefty thing as well, and he hands it over to you and says, "If you can get this thing open, I've had it for many years now. I was told there were some valuable treasures within."
I'll have a look inside and then I'll get it back to you. And Eppa just sort of takes the box and waddles out after everyone else.
Okay, dokie.
At least we got a box.
It's a very nice box.
Come on, what's in the box?
Oh no. Let's go to the pub. I'll figure it out there.
Which one do you want to go to? My brains, I can't even remember the pubs.
Well, there's Susan's Respite.
Yeah, you got the Susanna's Respite, and then there's Thor's Bones, I think it was called. I don't know what I'm trying to remember. I have this as a thing. There was a handout.
Yeah, and you had
Thor's
them.
Bones.
You had the
Whichever one
map on it
party
too.
wants.
For the sake of the people on the stream, though, because it's... oh, no, I took it away. I archived it. That's how long
Oh,
ago
no.
we've been here. I actually archived the map because I didn't think you guys would be coming back.
You should expect the unexpected.
Buddy man. Especially when Das is involved.
Yeah.
But it was more at the time the safest bet. So yeah, the town of Seagate for you all, and Seagate. We'd also have if I pulled the players to the map, like so. And I'm going to pop out my handout so I don't have to have it on the same screen.
Oh, it's my explosion crater.
Hey.
That big
Yeah.
red spot?
Yeah, the big red spot was the hole where I put the gun.
So basically, Seagate is also Jupiter.
Mm-hmm.
It will be if they let Eppa stay down too long.
So yeah, so you got options for you. You got the Thor's Bones Inn, which is across the road from you. You guys are at point 3 on the map right now. Point 2 is Thor's Bones. Your house was the under construction bit that was behind it. Down over Honda.
Really?
If you want to go have a chat with its new tenant, whose name shall now be David, so that way I can say the word David Tennant.
Oh my. Now I can't bear to kill the guy. Thanks a lot.
Wait, can you do a
Can I-
Scottish,
Let's regenerate.
can you do a
Because
Scottish
that's
accent?
Can I say in Sarah Jane Adventures?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a whole Pied Piper episode, and it was played by Bradley Walsh.
Huh.
Yeah,
Ah,
really
buddy.
random. But yeah, there you go.
Okay.
It's the same era as David Tennant as well.
A lot of the Doctor Who spin-offs were David Tennant's thing, though.
Yeah.
Because BBC America, man.
Hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, where do you guys want to go?
Where's the other pub?
The other pub is the Susano's Respite, which is 0.5. For the more enlightened of you, spot number 4 is the library and the trade hall. So it doubles up as like a smaller indoor market. And then 0.6 is a general overall temple, which is dedicated to mainly gods of trade and travel. Considering it's, try to think now, when did this game start? Like during the summer? There was like a smaller temple to the Greek goddess Demeter, which they've been setting up ready for the harvest times and hoping winter will not be harsh. So yeah, choices are open for you all. Lots of shuttle buses for you to go.
Well, I think after the drinking shenanigans that Tink had last week, she might go to the library to sort of lose herself and do a bit of reading and looking up of what would their sort of equivalent of like Renaissance kind of like sort of mechanics and that, would you say? You know, where, you know, like the Archimedes screw and God knows.
Well, there was the workshop that was to the northwest of town where that red dot is now, where there were some people making guns, which is more episode, but there's certainly information like that within the library as well.
Yep.
There's like basic books on engineering and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, actually, think as you're in there, you do meet an interesting gentleman as you're wandering around looking for various books to read in that. It's a dwarven gentleman. He's a bit taller than you'd expect, you know, standing around the touching the 5 foot mark, which is tall for a dwarf.
Yeah.
Stocky build and everything else. Has a stoic face, and like even his the crazy thing is like his hair and everything is like squared off. So he's got like there's a short back and sides thing going on like crew cut, but even like the top of his hair is like perfectly level all the way across. His beard is
Okay.
square to the rest of him.
Like a zebra.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to make that one make sense, because all I saw in my head was Minecraft Steve.
Damn.
Sorry.
I'm literally imagining a zebra, you know how they have their like mohawks which are
he's
completely leveled off.
not quite
Oh,
Mohawk
yeah!
mane, but close enough.
Oh, like Dwarven Slayers from Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah. But yeah, he's got a small stack of books as well, and he sees you go through the engineering bit, and he looks at you and goes, "My best advice would not take that one, young miss. Here, take this one," and he hands you one of his.
Thank you very much.
I feel this
It's
one is more
interesting.
appropriate to a beginner of the architectural and industrial art.
Then
Study
she'll
well.
make like a face, like, oh, you're one of them.
Yeah. And he turns around and goes over to a few things and starts reading and scribbling down.
She'll put the book down on the desk and go towards the engineering section anyway.
And that's where he was. He was like in the engineering bit next to you.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I'll still do it.
Right, you pop the book down, just go pick something else up. No worries.
Unless it's worth me looking at the book.
Not really. It is like a beginner's guide to engineering.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It'd be a bit like, Tink.
That's just rude.
Yeah.
Murder's the only answer. I mean, what?
Taft just says the murder is the only answer.
Let's check. Where's everybody else going?
This is a very good question.
Because I want to roll for shenanigans.
Oh no, what shenanigans are about to befall this world?
Oh no, not that bad. So
This
I don't
time.
know if any of you were the kids that like would go through airports or shopping centers whilst playing playing a Game Boy or something, and sort of like almost instinctively following the group that you're meant to be with, whilst not actually watching where they're going. Yeah,
No, not really.
was that just me as a kid? Okay, that was just me as a kid then.
Yeah, you're halfway there with me. I was the kind of person that would sit there and play the Game Boy, but I'd be aware of where everybody else was.
I was kind of just curious about whether or not I could roll to see if did I follow the group or did I follow Tink.
Flip a coin for me. Head 1, you've gone with the group. 2, you followed Tink.
Let's call heads a 1. It's a heads.
Alright then, so you're sticking with the rest of the group as they go get drunk in the pub.
Hell yeah.
So just to remind you all, Thor's Bones is more like a dwarven mead hall than a traditional ye old pub. So the centre of the room is a massive cauldron kettle full of mead, which is being kept warm. A lot of people are drinking, feasting, regardless of the time of day. You all manage to find yourself a table somewhere. It could be wherever you like in the place. There's room for you guys to move around. I'm going to assume a quiet corner so Eppo can sit there and work on the chest he has.
Apple's work on it wherever he gets put, more or less.
Like a kid with a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, he's already busy like tapping the sides of the box, all that sort of stuff. Like he hasn't actually stopped looking at the box since we left.
Mm. Alright then. In which case, then, Eppo, go ahead and give me an investigation check as you're poking about the box.
Oof.
Not the world's greatest, but it's fine. So this large puzzle box system, as you're like looking around and poking at it, part of it are wood, parts of it are finely crafted metals. Well beyond like bronze and things like that. We're getting up to the point of pressed steel and cast pieces here and there. Almost, some of them look like the reinforcements, but some of the other metal bits appear to be like locking mechanisms. You notice that like around the rim of the whole chest itself, there are bars which are set in, so like even if you got a giant level strength, you couldn't rip this box in half to open it. There is a lock, and the lock itself is in the shape of a heart.
Oh.
Oh yes, but if you knew what the inspiration was behind this, you wouldn't be going, you'd be going, uh-oh.
The right shit. Eppo sort of like sat at the table with everybody else around them doing whatever they're doing, and is sort of just mumbling to himself, like full on like chin resting on the box. The right shit. Alright,
Oh shit, sorry. I've just found out my blood is 19. Hang on.
Whoops.
I'll be right back.
Your blood is legal?
Sorry?
I didn't realise you and your blood aged differently.
Yes. Well, put it this way, I'm meant to be under 10. And it's 19.
Oh shit.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, go medicinalise. We'll carry on this bit. Yeah, do you want to cheat Eppa?
Well, so the way that Eppa's mumbling words to the effect under his breath, because like he could entirely cheat and he could just cast Fabricate to totally rip apart the structure of this box, but that feels unsporting. Plus, the gnome will probably want the box back, but he's impatient.
If it would be Rex, Rex would probably just take the box, step on it, and say, "Oh, there it is. You need to hear a click. Oh, set it on,
Click.
set it on like on a floor. Step on it. Like you should hear a click.
The box.
Oh, there it is.
Wait, you said there's a key socket that looks like it was heart shaped.
Yeah, it's clearly meant to be a spot for a key, and it's heart shaped.
So if we dissect the heart of the guy that brought our old house and stuffed his heart in the lock, that might unlock it.
I have a slightly safer suggestion. So Eppa's gonna like grab one of the tankards that's probably that's on the table. He's gonna use Fabricate and essentially use that metal to push it into the lock gently to magically lockpick everything by turning this pewter tankard into a pewter key.
I love the ingeniousness.
Are you going to allow this ingeniousness?
Oh, I will, because again, it's a puzzle box, and you are solving the puzzle just not by conventional means. So it's all
There you go.
fine. So yeah.
10 minutes of shenanigans can ensue.
Yep, you fabricate the pewter mug into a pewter key. It fits the lock perfectly. You give it a twist, and you see all the bolts around the edge of the chest open up. And the strange thing is, Eppa, as you remove the key from the lock, like traditionally keys only have one set of teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of my head, Tash. Get out of my head.
Oh no.
That's the point I was getting to. Was the fact, as you pull out the key, it is two prongs, but they've been like twisted around each other, that then become the teeth that unlock the chest.
Very peculiar.
Mm-hmm.
However, that's only one part of the puzzle. As you open the lid to the chest, there is a small cavity in the lid where the rest of it can go over, but it doesn't go anywhere inside. The top half seems to be an inset for some sort of jigsaw or something like that. But you're well aware, like, the chest must be deeper because it's level with the top of the box.
Oh, for pity's sake. I mean, I guess I'll investigate to find the jigsaw pieces.
If we find the guy whose house who brought our house, and we chop him up into itty bitty little pieces and turn him into the pieces of the jigsaw.
That's a much better investigate than earlier. As you're like, now the second stage is open to you, so you can see like, okay, this clearly has to have something put in it to fill in the rest of the gaps. You realise, whilst it is a jigsaw puzzle, the pieces wouldn't obviously be lying around for you to solve. except for one piece you do have, which was snuck away on like the back half of the chest. It was like part of the filigree work, and as you put it somewhere vague, because like you can make out the lines of where like the pieces once sat, and sat for a while and left like little marks in the wood, and place it down at the spot. You look at it and realise that that's a map. It's parts of a map. And you only have one piece so far.
Hey, Das!
What?
I found a map.
A map? Do you know exactly where? Oh, actually, I mean, I could just read the map and know exactly where. But I just thought I'd be a little bit lazy and get you to sort of say it in case you knew.
Epic just holds up the one puzzle piece.
I will investigate this puzzle piece very closely. Like, I will, like, I don't know, CSI, like...
I'll let anybody else...
CSI Kobold.
CSI Kobold, yes.
I'll let the rest of the party roll if they want. Go ahead and give me a nature check. It's like... If it holds up this puzzle piece of a map.
Oh, so nature?
Yes.
Okay, because nature...
I'll give you advantage just because I'll let you... Actually, I'll let you have proficiency because you are a sailor and you would have proficiency and, like, know what bits of the map.
I was going to say, I have +5 on nature. If you want
I
to
have
back
plus
on the
You're
pub.
in the library at this point in time.
I have +3 and marked for advantage.
So...
That's advantage for tracking and things like that.
So that will be
yeah.
+2 to nature?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think your intelligence is really that low.
-1, yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
He ain't a
15.
smart boy.
Oh wow!
You rolled a 0.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dash rolled a 0. Yeah, DM can't handle zeros. Divide by 0.
Well, to be fair, Das is like an abomination of nature. Like nothing can comprehend his chaotic nature.
Das is just forever D&D trouble incarnate.
Yeah, it's true.
Alright then. In any case, between the three of you, because Aileen has disappeared for some reason, I assume Aileen's power just went out.
Yeah, it says in the Facebook chat, internet one.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But between the lot of you, you can work out that the piece of map you have right now is somewhere on the northernmost part of the continent.
I mean, I wouldn't know that because I got a 0.
No, that's true. But again, it's between the three of you together, putting your big brain,
Two and a half brains.
one big brain, one average brain, one peanut. Ball of crazy.
I mean, if anything tried to possess Das at this moment, it would just be a giant space.
Look, the next time a mind flayer comes to eat you, it's just going to die of malnourishment.
Yeah, that's how you kill a mind flayer.
I feel like that would have to be a.
barbarian at it, and it just dies of malnourishment.
I love that as like an insult in the Forgotten Realm.
Yeah.
You're so stupid you'd give a mind flayer a tummy ache.
Yep.
Good time.
Oh.
Look, my only joy is that in Baldur's Gate, you're basically your main quest objective is to single-handedly make sure mind flayers go extinct.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
damn.
I love it. You got a mind flayer tadpole on your head. Cool. I'm gonna go remove it. Why? Because then they go out. We will win just by letting time run out.
Hmm. Yeah.
But yeah,
Hmm.
you guys know that the map piece in question leads you north onto the northern part of the continent.
Is
More
there anything
accurately,
like?
northeast, so that puts you towards Dura, you think, in his head?
Show us the map, oh gracious DM.
There is a PDF.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, show
Called
us the
what?
map, you coward, but that seems very inappropriate.
I mean, you can go get the map. You have my original draft sat right over there.
No,
Look, I was nearly tempted to buy an A2 copy and put it on the wall.
Yeah, no, I don't have psychic powers.
The force is not with you.
No.
Yeah, up towards Durga.
Durgu.
Durga. Lindhammer, Egeland, Vardel, and Racklin.
I can't see the map for some reason. It's being
Yeah, I had to zoom in a couple to get it to work.
Yeah, again, it's a PDF. It's the best way to upload the full map without Rolls really going, yeah, it's too
I
big.
can't even zoom in. Like, I can't even zoom in.
It's a chunker of a map.
No, I genuinely can't see anything of the map on my end. Like, it's...
Yeah, I had that problem
Oh,
last week.
Press the hand button.
No, nothing.
Just give it a couple of seconds.
No, like, I tried giving it a couple of seconds. Still nothing. I don't care
Hmm.
anymore.
Is there anything on the puzzle piece that suggests anything that there's anything there that we would look for? Or is it just there's a puzzle piece with a bit of map on it?
So the puzzle piece has details put into it. So you can work out oh, okay, that must be the mountain, the Saber Mountains, because it's got the bumps and raised edges. You can make out where they've carved in a river and they sort of faintly painted it blue, but they haven't put any town markings or anything like that on it.
Is there anything written on the back of the piece?
No, not as far as you can tell.
Well, this isn't fair. The gnome gave me half a not even half the puzzle.
Well, we all know. No, well, we all know how. I'm just trying to. How Johnny Bellbottom is. He's a bit of a weird and sneaky guy.
And in his office, got any fine busters going, can't use that alias anymore. That's here! Can't use that one anymore. That's here! Can't use that one anymore.
Like, seriously, how many of these aliases does he know? The answer is all of them.
Well, I was going to say, he has 2 names, and you have 26 letters of the alphabet to change out. It's a lot of permutations and combinations.
Mm-hmm.
The man's name is a very secure password.
But it's gonna be the case where it has at least one capital letter, several lowercase letters, one number, and one special character.
Exactly, that's why dashes exist.
Mm. So,
And silent letters.
Mm.
and silent letters. The O is silent. Which means that will be, if I just have a reminder there, Mayor Crini Finder. I don't know. Either way.
In either case, Eppa, you are fuming that the puzzle is only half, well, not even half there, it's like an eighth there. It's even worse. It's not even half a puzzle, it's 1/8 of a puzzle.
I'll have to ask Tink later. Tink will know what this is.
That's what's Go on.
I was going to say, speaking of Tink, we cut back to Tink in the library.
Mm-hmm.
You will pick up with, like, you grabbed your books on engineering. Do you
Yep.
want to check them out, or do you want to, like, actually sit there in the library and thumb
And she'll
through?
sit there and read. Like I said, she's a bit put off of the whole drinking aspect and that after. I suppose it would have been a couple of weeks ago in their time.
Yeah.
After travelling.
Certainly with all the travel and everything else.
Yep.
As you're sitting there reading away, and I don't know if you end up taking notes or anything like that.
Yeah, she'll take notes. I was going to say, she'll take notes and things and she'll come back with a notebook. But half the notebook has hearts and stuff around the edges. With Mrs.
Oh,
Sir kind of thing still. I'm thinking, like on Turning Red when she's like looking around and doing the
Yeah.
doodles under the bed. It is actual engineering, like notes as well.
Oh no. I don't know if
That
anybody has ever
is
read them, but the
adorable.
Sunstone comics.
No, I think I've heard of them.
Yeah, there's a character in that who has an engineering mindset, and he has a journal. And was like, "Oh, what are you designing now?" And you'd think it would be like simple things. No, they are very X-rated things. But anyway, as you're taking notes and everything else, the dwarf from earlier just suddenly goes, "No."
What do you mean, no? She'll sort of flip the page over so it is just engineering notes. Before he comes over, as he
He
comes
doesn't
over.
come over like he's almost like sitting across the desk from you. Puts his book down. He like instead of like using a pencil in the notebook, he like starts editing the book. And he's editing like a whole page of engineering. Like, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. That is an incorrect statement.
Is it within Tink's notebook, or is it within like the
But-
The actual
thing?
book
within his-
that he's got.
No, within the book he
okay.
has. So he was taking notes on something, and now he's editing the actual library book.
Ooh.
Alright, Tink will sort of stop what she's doing to watch him.
Yeah. He notices, looks up and sees like you watching him. He's like, "I trust you will not tell the librarian of my editing of this fine manual, this fine notebook."
Well, they're gonna find it at some point.
That may be, but the book would then be written correctly. I
But
cannot-
how are they gonna know that?
Because the book has now been edited to be correct. For people who value knowledge, these librarians are very stupid.
Who's to say whoever's gonna pick up your book is gonna value your knowledge?
They should value my knowledge, for I have built many things that still stand today. Such as a new bridge recently constructed across the mighty gorge.
Would Tink know what bridge that is, or
Nope.
no?
They're like, passively, you're like, okay, uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So you built a bridge.
Indeed I have. It spans the Aurelian Gulf and only has a single supporting span.
Okay. Yeah. He's a.
For I am the best engineer of my clan and my people.
What clan is that?
I represent the Golden Fist clan.
She'll sort of snort like, and then sort of
What do
hold
you find
herself.
so funny with the name Golden Fist? Do
Oh,
I
well,
need to show
they're-
you a good fisting?
She'll sort of laugh again, and it's like you do. I mean, I'm on the fairly young side for an elf, and still, but I'm still up to date with the knowledge that is slang for something else completely.
No, I generally... No. There is no such slang term for fisting. I was being very literal.
Yes, there is a literal thing.
You get the idea, Tig, that like this dwarf is so dead straight and ordered and everything else. That
Yeah.
whole what we're all thinking of as fisting doesn't even cross his mind.
Oh yeah, no,
He
no,
generally
I'm
means
getting
like
that.
he will punch you.
Yeah. So what other things does the Golden Fist specialize in?
My clan are a mighty bunch of fine engineers and craftsmen. We are responsible for the building and construction of the forts of the Dwarven Fiefdoms. No, sorry, Dwarven Jarldoms. That's the bloody name of the place. I was in
Tink
charge
will
of the
sort-
construction of the bridge over the Arabian Gulf, and my father constructed the. My brain can't remember my own bloody world map. What is wrong with me today? One moment, please. The DM's waiting for his map to load.
Is that your brain's elevator music?
Yes. Ah, that was it, yes. And my father was responsible for the construction of the Iron Gate Keep. So far,
Which
the only
you've heard
fortress
of that.
in the Dwarven Jarldoms yet to be breached. We
Would
are the-
Tink have heard of that at least?
Yes, you've heard of the fort that's at Iron Gate, and likewise, it's like a spot that has never been breached at any point during a siege.
Wow, well, it certainly sounds like you live a life.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's alright.
Okay.
Sorry, what was that? I got interrupted.
Alright, I said it certainly sounds like he lives a very full life, I'll say to him.
Our life is full of fine crafting, construction, and learning. To the construction of, well, to the study of textbooks. And this one is wrong.
And what makes it wrong? She'll sort of shuffle around to his side of the table for him to point out what it is.
And he points out like all the what he's actually changed is like metaphorical phrases and things like that, like metaphor and simile. He's just wholeheartedly like crossed out and written notes of like, this is not a real sentence. And then like
Yeah.
there are other bits where it, like shows a cross section of construction and work and everything else, and like he's put annotations and criticisms of like brickwork improperly squared off. It would fall over in a slight breeze.
And these aren't constructive criticisms, you know that. It doesn't actually explain how they're wrong.
The criticisms are quite valid. They are constructed to point the reader in the direction of the fault, so that way they do not make the same mistakes.
And this is how you guys live.
Yes.
Okay, well, certainly somewhere that I would like to live, and she'll get up to go and get her papers. Prefer to keep my books knowledge to what is actually written.
Then you are leading yourself in a life of ignorance. Throws a
Prefer
bit
to
of,
discover by myself.
Yeah, he throws like a little bit of talc powder to help the ink dry. Gives it a quick blow, closes the book. Good day. If you have need of me, head over to the town of Aurelian Watch, the home of the Golden Fist clan, and ask for the dwarf Rogel.
Rogel.
Yes. And with that, he leaves.
Rogel Dom.
I'm glad someone got the reference.
Oh dear, dear.
So, Tinkle just leave with her notebook.
Okie dokie. In which case, then cutting back to the rest of you,
Mm-hmm.
what would you like to do with the rest of your day?
Drink?
Go ahead.
Literally all I said was drink.
Oh,
Drink.
Okay.
Well, not a bad idea.
I was gonna say, Brian, have you checked my message yet? Because
No, I have not checked your message yet. Where did you put it in the chat?
not,
Did you
not
say?
in the it's
Fair enough.
I mean,
We can figure something out on that front, me and Mo.
I don't know, it's like, part of me is in a really good mood to talk to the new occupier of our old house. Congratulate him on his purchase. And on the other hand, I see no reason why I can't just congratulate him on his purchase. I feel like if I try to object to myself, then that would be quite rude. Anyone is more than welcome to come along and maybe congratulate him as well. But
I do need to go into his basement.
your basement, technically.
Legally, it's his.
But legally, it was yours.
He did say that all our items were by the state. I know Tink's not there, but
This is all.
They are all in storage and quite safe.
And then again,
Yeah, but Eppa had
all
a secret cupboard.
then again, all of our items are in storage. Like just cancel of one. That sounds very similar to Tink for some very strange reason.
but what I was going to say is I know all our stuff's in storage, but that's what I'm saying. So technically it's still our stuff. So even if they didn't take it, that's what he said, wasn't it? Was
I mean,
still our
technically,
things.
I mean, we could go by and get the rest of your stuff from the house. I'm assuming you had some secret bits and pieces in there, which you only know where it is because you're a very sneaky kobold like that.
I mean, I don't know if I'm sneaky by kobold standards.
Well, I'm very sneaky by Kobold standard. In fact, I have felt even more sneaky than before.
Oh my.
Off in the corner as Das is saying this, there is actually 3 kobolds in a trench coat just walking out.
Like some weird drunkard sort of thing.
Well, she's sitting going like, I'm the most stealthy thing by kobold standards. You're being out-stealthed by 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh, they get double advantage. It doesn't count.
Yeah. But yes, as I said, anyone is more than welcome to accompany Hephaestus and I on our endeavour.
That was almost Hephaestus. Huh.
I know, Hephaestus.
Yeah.
Is Hephaestus a god in this setting?
Yes, he is.
Is he still the god I think he is?
God of Forge and engineering, yes.
Yeah. That was almost a compliment.
Yeah.
Married to Aphrodite as well.
Begrudgingly.
Wait a minute.
That's what the law is. Yeah, he is actually, because that's the whole thing. It's like, let's marry her to someone who won't cheat on her and stuff like that. But then she's always off of Aries anyway. It's like part of punishment for her for doing something.
There is a wonderful story
The
where
Trojan War.
actually Hephaestus does catch her and Ares in the act by lacing the bed with very fine mesh.
Yeah,
That,
See,
he
entangles
literally
them, if
catches
you will.
her.
see, there's a moment of possibly unintentional subtext that could be read from this conversation. Because who was Das dressed up as when in
Yeah,
drag?
that's what I was gonna point at. That's why I was pointing it out.
Snap! Oh snap!
Yeah, that's why I was pointing it out
Right, now
because
the thing I sent you has a lot more under context meaning than intentioned. Oh my!
Mm-hmm.
Part of me really wants to do it now.
Don't worry, I have plans for you later.
There's sort of like a raised eyebrow from Eppa at the Hephaestus joke.
Yeah.
But he sort of like gathers up the box and trots along behind Das. I don't know what Rex is doing.
Yeah.
What's Rex doing?
Rex is just hanging with. He doesn't really have much to do.
He could go to Chady and be like, sing me a song of your people and let me sleep. But I mean,
That is a possibility, but then it would probably end up in a way that Rex is staying up all night and
Are you saying that just because she is a bard that she would do all sorts of like bardy things? How dare you make such assumptions? But yes.
no, I literally mean that I would probably stay up all night if I went to bed now.
Oh,
Like, I
the
couldn't
werewolf
sleep.
Shenanigans. Yeah. I mean, werewolf shenanigans.
Yep.
But yes,
That could be hilarious.
that would.
Yes.
That would be.
Is fucking like a were-rabbit a thing?
Maybe.
It will be
Like,
soon.
they're fucking like bunnies, but like...
Yeah.
I mean,
Does that mean that
they-
there's,
they're
like, a
going at it
statistic-
like rabbits, but it's just like the brutality level's been ramped up a bit.
Yeah.
Does this mean that there'd be more were-rabbits than other were-creatures?
Probably.
I mean, arguably in this setting, only because of a play-by-mail thing I did for someone, there is technically a whole town full of were-rats.
Is it because of the guy that like got rid of all the rats, and that then since then the were rats have found a sanctuary? away from civilization and are living in their own little
No,
society.
the player in question rolled really well on persuasion checks to someone who was infected as a were-rat. Safely removed bodily fluids that he needed, and then went over to a village and just dumped it all in the well.
Oh God. Oh no.
And voila, a whole village full of were-rats. He was quite happy with what he had done.
Damn. That's evil.
Yes, he was evil.
Ugh. Either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, either way. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and find the dude living in our house now. Just be like, yes, person who has taken our home. Hi.
Okay then. So you go round to the house.
Yes.
You open the door.
Okay. Well,
Well,
what, we
bang.
open the door? Like, we don't, like, knock on the door or ring a doorbell or something?
Okay, fine. You knock on the door.
I
I was waiting for you to kick in the door going, who the hell's moved into my house?
Look, if I'm going to, like, congratulate a guy, I'm going to knock on their door. I'm not gonna, like, kick in the door and goes, who's been sleeping in my bed? Like freaking Father Bear that Das isn't. But yes, carry on.
Anyway, you go and knock on the door.
Good thing is that Rex actually isn't sleepy, because he would probably do something like that.
Well, like, kick down the door and goes, who's been sleeping in my rabbit hole? Like,
Oh
the-
dear.
That's a horrible thing to call your girlfriend.
I know, right?
Do you suppose Hugh Hefner did it as a thing when he was running the Playboy Mansion?
What, called the rabbit hole?
Yeah.
That would be such a great nightclub name.
Oh, I'm guessing that's what they probably called all the rooms that.
Yeah.
The bunny burrow or
But,
something like that.
but it's like almost like a kind of burrow cave setting where you have like all sorts of nooks and crannies.
I have something to show you later.
Yeah. But
In any case, you open the door,
hmm.
and oh, sorry, the door opens before you, I should say.
Yeah, I was gonna
Get
say,
context right on this.
Yes.
And what you see is a half-elfin gentleman who is half tired, half drunk. What? No autographs, man. Don't need any more autographs.
Oh no, we don't need autographs from you. No. Like, we you see, we were the previous tenants of this establishment that you have somehow managed to buy for 5 whole gold pieces, and well, I personally thought to congratulate you on your purchase, despite us being shoehorned out of our old home without any notice, and I suppose say, well played.
Oh my god, man, the gecko is talking.
Well,
And it's wearing clothes. Is your name Geico?
funny you should say that, but I am offering some house insurance, of which to protect your house from all sorts of acts of God, such as storms, earthquakes, storms,
Angry
lava,
wizards.
angry wizards, storms.
You stared through
Superhero
three times,
fights.
Geico.
Well, I mean, the place is generally really stormy.
Oh yeah, it's a coastal town.
Well, yes, all the more reasons for storms. But by any means, I suppose if we wanted to talk business about a home insurance, and that's, it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna commit
like you-
fraud.
I was gonna say, like, the more you look at him though, Das, like, you can tell he's not so much half drunk, half tired, more like 200% stoned and slowly catching up on the alcohol. So
Is it
cool, man.
unsporting
I've
to
got
cast
Geico
Mind
Gecko
Spike?
coming around to do actual home insurance.
Would you say someone being stoned after they're gored would cause disadvantage on wisdom saving throws?
Yes. Oh god, you're gonna cast something on him, aren't you?
I have a lot of options.
Imagine the wizard and the rogue working together to commit like insurance fraud.
Look, spell components and spell books are expensive. I know this from experience. You have to commit fraud for it to work.
Yeah.
It's why every lich has reached the point they have. It's not because they wanted to live forever and conquer the world. They wanted to outlive the student debt.
Yeah.
Cool.
By any means, Eppa, go ahead.
Whilst there's just this very frustrating stoned lunatic in front of him, Ebba's gonna cast polymorph,
Oh my god, yes.
And what he
and I'm gonna save what I turn him into until he passes he has to beat a 16 wisdom saving throw.
Oh god.
I can't believe we're actually going to commit insurance fraud. This is great.
Oh no, it's gonna get even better.
Oh, I can't.
I've not said what I'm turning him into yet.
Yeah.
Well, you'd be pleased to know he rolled a 6, so he's failing that save.
Fantastic. I'm gonna turn him into an ember mole.
Wait, what?
Essentially, polymorph doesn't say anything about it having to be a creature in the monster manual, so Eppa's making something up. It's essentially the size of a small dog. It is a mole that breathes fire and is blind because it's a mole.
Yeah, it's very important. I'd say it has a burrow speed as well.
Yep.
Alright then. So is it? Oh my god, there's two. Oh, I'm gonna get home and wagon cover. This is gonna be great. Come on in, Geico, get. And now, sat before you in the doorframe is a mole looking around confused and trying to avoid looking at bright lights.
Eppa's just gonna go down, gently pick up this mole, and just carry him to the edge of the mayor's building. Put him like behind a bush and just let him stay there. So that big number 3 building, this mole is right next to the foundations.
Yeah.
And then Eppa's just gonna go back in, and he's gonna go get his stuff from in the basement, from behind the secret hole.
Okay, you go down into the basement. As you go through the house, by the way, like you guys had it quite well furnished and quite nice. This guy's had to go to a complete sty.
What a douche nozzle! Well, it is a good thing that we came along when we did.
But as you're going through, Eppa, we're gonna have to end it there because there will be some combat inside the house.
Oh boy!
I will have to pick it up next week at that point.
Okay. What? Okay. Why the hell did I just do like? What the hell? I just thought, you know what would be really hilarious is if Das just pretends he's some kind of insurance like dude, and I don't like. In hindsight, I'm like, what the heck? Why did I do that? And then you just played it off, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let this roll because it's funny. I feel just
well,
as
let's face it.
high.
You weren't wrong by saying he was a Pied Piper of Hamlet.
Oh, that kind of Piper. Oh,
Yeah.
So what do you think the
gotcha.
house is full of?
Oh,
Sentient pies?
Wow. Oh, are we gonna fight like weed elementals or something?
No, it's gonna be rat swarms. Just lots and lots of rat swarms.
Oh god, are we gonna like fight? Oh, them bloody rats which like kind of mind control you if they bite you.
No, you dealt with the cranium
Or
rats.
cranium rats. Okay.
These are just gonna be normal rat swarms.
Okay, fair enough.
So the rogue and a wizard versus an army of rats.
Yep. Yep. I love me some Discworld. This has got the full Discworld. I love it.
Wow. Like,
I'm gonna have to figure out how to permanently create a. I'm gonna have to learn how to summon a ember mold.
I mean,
I'm very much.
technically now you see ones, you know what they look like.
I invented them. Of course, I know what they look like. I
Yeah,
question
but
whether
now
or not they
but
can
now that
eat.
Hepper has seen one. It's now a question of like, if you summon one, do you just summon the Pied Piper without realizing it?
God. Like,
I summoned this specific Ember Bolt, but it's not technically even like creatures of order like an order of chaos like, but it's not an Ember Mole. He was registered as an Ember Mole. He still counts.
Like, that's the thing with Polymorph. Polymorph doesn't actually state what you turn them into.
No, you just turn him into something else
yeah.
within reason.
Well.
Oh, sorry. Can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target, or the target's level if it doesn't have a challenge rating.
Yeah.
So apparently, an Ember Mole is no more dangerous than a high elf.
Mhm.
High half elf.
Yeah.
I mean,
The guy in question does have a CR rating. The Ember Mole, I'm assuming, is like CR half.
CR the same.
see this.
CR whatever he had.
What have we done? What the
I
hell
mean,
did we just
I-
do?
I've set off a seismically dangerous fire-breathing monster underneath the mayor's building because he sold our house. What did you do?
I just pretended to be some insurance guy for some really dumb reason and just rolled with you, turning this guy into a fire-breathing mole. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I should. If magic ever becomes real, I think I'd get very quickly on the short list of
Yeah.
to learn it.
Yeah, you definitely would. Yeah, you'd be like on
A watch list.
the watch list. Yes.
It's like, has he been googling transmutation again?
Yeah.
3 years in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much. My God, what? What the hell happened?
Welcome to our D&D sessions, beloved. They go as weird and wonderful as pillow
That's
talk.
it, but like even when I
Yes.
was part of the cause, what the hell?
I am but the story master. I give you the world. You guys run around in it, and it is my job to try and keep things together.
Like, what? Oh man, I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I didn't think this would break you this much.
to be honest, I'm just drained for like I think I'm just like so drained. Like, I don't know, mentally wise, and I'm just like I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so
This is the
mentally
straw that
drained
broke the camel's back.
that I feel drunk. Like, I'm not actually drunk, but
You
Yeah.
might as well be.
I might as well be.
Yeah. In any case, I hope you all enjoyed tonight's stream. We'll see you
Yeah.
next time for some more D&D madness. Until then, everybody, farewell, and we shall go and raid final boss fight this evening.
Yes.
Ooh.
So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Right.
No.